Rare spider discovered by National Trust visitor. A serendipitous find sparks excitement among conservationists. On a quiet autumn afternoon, a chance walk through a historic National Trust property transformed into a landmark discovery, one that scientists say could reshape local conservation priorities and deepen public interest in Britain's lesser-known species. The event began innocently, with a casual visitor's wandering gaze, but ended with the identification of a rare and scarcely documented spider, a species previously thought to have vanished from the region years ago. The discovery, now confirmed by arachnologists, has sparked both excitement and curiosity within the conservation community. It is being hailed as a reminder that the United Kingdom's landscapes, no matter how well trodden, still hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. A walk that changed a visitor's afternoon, and a conservation timeline. The find occurred at Hawthorne Edge Estate, a centuries-old National Trust reserve known for its rolling meadows, wildflower corridors, and a patchwork of oak and beech woodland. For decades, the estate has been a haven for historians and hikers alike, but on that particular day, it was the curiosity of an observant visitor, 37-year-old Daniel Reeves, that opened a new chapter in the estate's natural history. Reeves, an amateur wildlife enthusiast but by no means a trained expert, was photographing fungi growth near an old stone wall when he noticed a small, unusually marked spider resting beneath a curled leaf. "At first I thought it was just another orb weaver," he recalled. But the pattern on its abdomen, almost metallic, shimmering, looked unlike anything I had seen before. Intrigued, he snapped several close-up photos and, with great care, captured the spider in a small sterilized pot he keeps in his backpack for unexpected wildlife moments. He later shared the photographs with National Trust rangers at the visitor center, who immediately recognized that the species was not among those commonly sighted on the estate. Within hours, the images circulated among local experts. Within days, the spider was formally confirmed as Araneus luminoides, a species so rarely encountered that there had been fewer than 10 verified sightings in the last half-century. A species lost, and found again. The rarity of A. luminoides is not due to its size. Indeed, the spider is barely the length of a fingernail, but rather its extremely specific habitat preferences and elusiveness. The species tends to favor old-growth woodland edges, the kind that have remained largely undisturbed for decades. It is also primarily nocturnal and often builds its orb-shaped webs in deep cover, making sightings infrequent even among professional field researchers. Dr. Helen Marbury, a leading arachnologist at the University of Exeter, described the find as remarkable and unexpected. She noted that the species had been flagged as potentially extirpated, locally extinct, in several regions due to habitat fragmentation and climate variability. To find A. luminoides alive and thriving in a National Trust property is scientifically significant. Marbury explained. It suggests that some of these reserves may be serving as hidden refuges for species we assumed had disappeared. It emphasizes how vital it is to maintain these landscapes with minimal disturbance. Since the announcement, researchers have returned to Hawthorne Edge to conduct nocturnal surveys, hoping to determine whether the spider is part of a small surviving colony or simply a rare migrant. An unassuming discovery with large implications. The National Trust, which oversees more than 500 properties across England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, has long championed biodiversity conservation. This discovery reinforces the value of their restoration efforts, especially in woodlands where species lost to development or agricultural pressures may still find pockets of sanctuary. Emma Harrington, the head ranger at Hawthorne Edge for nearly 2 decades, said she was stunned by the find. "It's a humbling reminder," she said, "that even though we work here every day, nature still has surprises in store." It took a fresh pair of eyes, a visitor just enjoying the estate, to uncover something truly special. She added that staff plan to use the discovery as an educational opportunity for visitors. "Spiders often get overlooked or misunderstood," she continued. but they are crucial to our ecosystems, acting as natural pest controllers and indicators of environmental health. This little spider is helping us tell a bigger story. Tracing the spider's ecology and behavior. While much about Araneus luminoides remains unknown due to limited field research, the species is believed to possess several unique traits. 1. A distinctive iridescent abdomen. The spider's most notable feature is the shimmering pattern across its abdomen, something that caught Reeves' attention. Under torchlight, the pattern appears to shift between silver, green, and pale gold hues, making it one of the most visually striking orb weavers discovered in the region. 2. Web placement in shadowed microhabitats. Unlike common garden spiders that construct webs in open spaces, A. luminoides tends to spin them in tight, shaded gaps, under fallen branches, between decaying logs, or beneath dense hedgerows. This behavior likely contributes to its rarity in surveys. 3. Sensitivity to microclimate changes. Early studies indicate that the species is highly sensitive to humidity and temperature shifts, making it particularly vulnerable to climate change and habitat alteration. 4. A possible indicator species. Given its microclimate dependencies, some experts believe the spider could serve as an indicator species, a biological signal that can reveal broader environmental conditions. If A. luminoides is indeed surviving at Hawthorne Edge, it may suggest that the estate's woodland ecosystems are healthier and more stable than previously thought. A moment that captured the nation's imagination. News of the discovery spread quickly beyond scientific circles. Social media channels lit up with excitement, questions, and admiration for both the spider and the visitor who found it. Within 2 days, the hashtag Hawthorne Spider trended across platforms, drawing attention from both nature enthusiasts and curious readers who had never before considered spiders fascinating. School groups have since expressed interest in visiting the estate to participate in nature walks and educational workshops focusing on invertebrate conservation. Teachers describe the story as a perfect introduction to citizen science, showing students how ordinary people can play extraordinary roles in protecting wildlife. For Reeves, the unexpected attention has been overwhelming. "I didn't think it would become such a big deal," he admitted, laughing. "I just like taking pictures of small creatures. To think that my little hobby could help conservationists. It's an amazing feeling." The growing importance of citizen science. This discovery highlights a broader trend: the rising contribution of ordinary citizens to scientific research. From bird counts to butterfly surveys, public involvement is increasingly crucial in tracking biodiversity amid rapid environmental change. Dr. Marbury emphasized this point: we cannot have specialists everywhere at all times. The eyes and curiosity of the public are invaluable. This find is a textbook example of why we need to encourage people to engage with nature. The National Trust is now exploring ways to enhance visitor participation in ecological monitoring. These may include seasonal BioBlitz events where volunteers help record species across the estate, digital identification kiosks at the visitor center, workshops on photographing and documenting rare wildlife, a new spider discovery trail designed to educate children about arachnid diversity. Citizen science fosters a sense of stewardship, Harrington said. When people feel involved, they care more deeply about protecting these environments. Conservationists weigh in. What happens next? Following the confirmed identification, the National Trust has initiated a multi-phase ecological assessment to determine the presence and distribution of A. luminoides across Hawthorne Edge. The research plan includes 1. Nighttime surveys. Teams equipped with UV lights and fine mesh nets are conducting nightly sweeps of the woodland floor. Since the spider is most active after dusk, these surveys offer the best chance of finding additional specimens. 2. Habitat mapping. Using GPS and drone imaging, researchers are mapping the estate's microhabitats to identify areas with the precise humidity, shade, and vegetation mixtures preferred by the species. 3. Long-term monitoring. If a small breeding population is confirmed, The Trust plans to implement a 5-year monitoring program involving seasonal counts and habitat condition assessments. 4. Public protection measures. To protect the species from unintended disturbance, certain woodland paths may be temporarily redirected, and visitors will be encouraged to avoid stepping into densely vegetated areas off the main trails. The broader picture. Why this discovery matters. While spiders seldom receive the same attention as birds, mammals, or charismatic insects like butterflies, they play an essential role in biodiversity. As predators of harmful pests, they help maintain ecological balance. Many species are also indicators of ecosystem health. The fact that A. luminoides was discovered at a National Trust site rather than a heavily monitored scientific reserve is deeply symbolic. It highlights how heritage landscapes are not only historically valuable but biologically essential. Climate change, urban development, and agricultural expansion have fragmented once continuous habitats across Britain. Some tiny species, sensitive to even subtle environmental shifts, have declined or vanished. Discoveries like this one bring renewed hope that more may still survive in protected pockets. Conservation organizations argue that such moments are not just scientific victories, they're calls to action. They underline the need to protect green spaces from budget cuts, development pressures, and ecological degradation. Visitors flock to Hawthorne Edge, but rangers urge caution. Since the spider's discovery made headlines, Hawthorne Edge Estate has seen a noticeable increase in footfall. Families, photographers, and amateur naturalists have arrived hoping to catch a glimpse of the rare creature, even though its camouflaged nature means sightings remain unlikely. Rangers have welcomed the interest but caution visitors to remain respectful. "We're thrilled people want to learn more," Harrington said. "But we must ensure curiosity does not lead to unintentional harm. Staying on marked paths, avoiding trampling vegetation, and not disturbing logs or leaf litter is essential." To channel enthusiasm appropriately, the Trust has developed interpretive boards explaining the spider's significance, as well as guided nature walks focusing not on spotting the spider itself, but on understanding the ecosystems that support it. A discovery that breeds wonder. For many, the most compelling aspect of this story is how ordinary the circumstances were. A simple afternoon walk, a curious glance under a leaf, a small spider that most would have overlooked. And suddenly, a species thought to be fading into obscurity has a chance at renewed recognition and protection. It is a reminder that not all discoveries come from laboratories or high-tech expeditions. Sometimes, they emerge from quiet moments of observation, moments that anyone can experience. Reeves summarized the sentiment perfectly. You don't have to be a scientist to care about nature. You just need to look closely. There's magic everywhere if you slow down enough to see it. Looking ahead. Protecting a tiny treasure. As conservationists continue their surveys, the discovery of Arrhenius luminoides is expected to influence future planning at Hawthorne Edge. Landscape managers are already considering adjustments to preserve microhabitats that support sensitive species. Further research may explore whether the spider has survived in the area unnoticed for decades, how climate shifts have affected its behavior, if similar National Trust properties may also harbor hidden populations. If additional specimens are found, the species could become a flagship example of how local conservation efforts, combined with public engagement, can revive interest in lesser-known wildlife. Conclusion. A small spider with a big story. The rare spider found by a National Trust visitor may be small, but its impact is large. It has captivated scientists, inspired the public, and revealed the hidden richness of Britain's natural heritage. In an age when biodiversity is under threat worldwide, this tiny creature serves as a symbol of resilience, and a reminder that nature still holds secrets waiting to be discovered. The story also illustrates the power of curiosity. A visitor with a camera and a keen eye made a contribution that specialists had not achieved in years. His discovery may shape conservation strategies, educational programs, and public awareness for years to come. And somewhere in the shaded undergrowth of Hawthorne Edge, beneath curled leaves and quiet branches, Britain's rarest spider continues its delicate existence, unaware that it has become the unexpected ambassador of a landscape teeming with life.